I seen people get killed in front of my face, and what am I supposed to do? Go hide in the closet? I don't think so.
Chicago is one of the most divided places. I believe the church helps to lead a lot of that.
When I was working TAC in the city, we dealt with the most dangerous people on the street, and they feared us.
They don't solve murders on the south side of Chicago, not where I'm from.
The new documentary, Chicago, America's Hidden War, calls attention to the city's ongoing gun violence. The film explores what started and contributed to the problem and why so little is being done to stop it.
Joining us now to tell us more about it is the film's director, Dimas Celeberios. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, good morning. Still laughing about that hot dogs. That was so funny.
There's some delicious hot dogs out there. Yeah, you know, I know you've been to Chicago to do this documentary. We'll show you some other places just next time you come. In the meantime, tell us a little bit of your story and your history. I know you're a pastor in New York City. I'm interested for you to tell people how you became a pastor, how you started, and also why you're focusing on Chicago.
Yeah, you know, I started selling drugs at age 11. Though my mother was a school principal, my father was a captain of correction in Rikers Island, but I made some bad choices. I ended up also being a shooter. Thank God I didn't kill anyone, but you know, that was a life that I was involved in. And then, you know, people started to reach out to us on those drug blocks. They started to talk to us and invest time into us. And a lot of things like that changed me, you know. And so when I saw what happened in Chicago, I remember when New York City led the nation in homicides. That's not the case anymore. So I just flew down, started connecting with clergy, started connecting with you know, NGOs and different nonprofit organizations, and just wanted to share, you know, here's some of the things that worked in New York. And I did that for 2 years, didn't just come and invade on Chicago, but built relationships with leaders and was on the ground. And then we connected to do this large summer outreach that helped bring homicides down by 20%.
Well, I recall in New York, the storyline was Giuliani cleaned it up with some really get tough on crime policies that are controversial today because people had had enough. And I'm sure there are many reasons why crime went down. But why is it that you think reaching out and talking to some of these gang members is going to suddenly end gun violence in Chicago?
So I pastored in the Bronx River Housing Projects, the birthplace of hip hop, the killing fields of New York. I started walking up to these shooters out here and I said, look, I'm your pastor. I started putting them in my car. I said, if you go to jail, I'm going to show up and be there for you. Whatever happens, I got your back. And over time, those guys, some of them went to jail and came home. I would walk down the street. They would start putting out marijuana, throwing their drinks in the garbage. They're like, that's my pastor. When they had friction with one another, people would run and call me and say, come out here. And there hasn't been a killing in those projects for over 19 years. Wow. 19 years. That's a vision that could happen in O Block. That's a vision that can happen on 63rd and Vernon, right off of King. That's there's only 1,500 shooters. There's more of us than them. But even when I was on the ground in Chicago, talking to shooters, they said no one comes out here and hangs with us, except for some mentioned Pastor Corey Brooks, some mentioned some other great ministries that are out there like Dr. Donovan Price and many others. But many blocks have just been abandoned to some degree. And when we invest, these are our young people, and we have to look at them as such.
So are you recommending pastors leading this effort, or is it a matter of the police department has to start beats and they start talking to people on their beats? I mean, obviously, some people in the neighborhood might be scared to start that conversation. How does it begin?
Yeah, I think we have to overcome the fear. And I think it's in Chicago, from being there, we need everybody needs the help. I'm calling the nation to even come out and help. Because what young people are living through, in our film, one young kid sleeps under his bed because he says all the bullet holes that are in his walls from stray bullets have just scared him. So now he sleeps on a wood floor. Nobody knows that around this nation. that no kid should live like that. So I think clergy needs to be out there. I would love, beat walkers should totally be out there. Everybody should know the cops by their name. That's what stops these homicides. You know, I mean, some of the police shootings, when they know people and they're engaged with people. But I was shocked how little I saw police on some of the most dangerous blocks. New York City, when it's a dangerous block, there's cops all over, all the time. And, you know, my heart goes out to the cops. My heart goes out to these young men. Many of them are just born into this violence. I'm an outsider from New York, but it's helpful in this film. This film was Oscar listed, you know, because I'm able to see from a different perspective, and I gave everybody a clean slate, because some people have friction with one another in Chicago. You live there and you know far better than me.
Well, you can catch Chicago America's Hidden War starting May 20th at several Marcus Theater locations across Chicago. For more information, head to chicagoshiddenwar.com. Demos, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
You too.